On breaking news, Gerrit Cole, Astros ace, agrees to a record-breaking deal with the New York Yankees. Runner-up last year's Cy Young Award in the American League, 9 years, $324 million.
$324 million? Show me the money. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in and welcome to another episode of Back to the Cardboard. My name's Shannon, and before we get started with our flea market finds today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some breaking news for the off-season here in the baseball world. The intro kind of gave it away. I'm going to talk a little bit about this gentleman right here, Mr. Gerrit Cole, the $324 million man, the most prized free agent in this offseason. Runner-up in the Cy Young voting next to his teammate there, Justin Verlander. Has been signed to the New York Yankees to a 9-year, $324 million contract. It's $36 million a year. Is he worth it? Will he guarantee the Bronx Bombers there a World Series? No. They'll still have to perform. They'll still have to be healthy. But he's going to bring them, they already won 103 games, 103 games last year. They're going to win, add another 10 or 15 on top of that. This gentleman right here. He's already going to be joining a pretty stacked starting lineup of pitchers. Marciano Tanaka, James Paxton, Luis Severino, J.A. Happ. So they're going to add Gerrit Cole to that rotation, and it's going to be tough, man. Offensively and defensively, the Yankees are going to be stacked next year. 2020 is going to be a good year for them. I just about guarantee it, provided they stay healthy. Judge missed a bunch last year. Stanton pretty much missed the whole season, and they still about pulled it off. So is this kind of going to do it for them? Is this going to seal the deal for the Yankees next year? I don't know. We have to wait and see. Next guy I want to talk about is this guy right here. He just signed a 7-year, $245 million contract with the Los Angeles Angels. Yep, that's right. Anthony Rendon is going to the Angels and be a teammate of Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani and Albert Pujols. $35 million a year. Trout's contract, I think, is for $35.5. So he's not the highest paid guy on the team, believe it or not. Probably, in my opinion, the best third baseman there is defensively for sure. It's close between him and Arenado, the Rockies. But he's going to shore up the hot corner for the Angels for sure, because last year the Angels' third baseman combined finished last in RBIs and OPS and 25th overall in on-base percentage. Rendon last year finished first in RBI, 6th in OPS, and 4th in on-base percentage. So, if their pitching comes through for them, he's definitely going to add some offense to that lineup for sure. Depending on where he hits around Trout, could improve his season as well, which is hard to believe. But just wanted to talk a bit about these multi-million-dollar contracts that are laid out here. Put down in the comments what you think these two guys, the Cole and Rendon, is going to mean to these two teams. You got the Yankees on one side and the Angels on the other. So you got East Coast versus West Coast there. So 2020 proves to be a pretty interesting year already. Hey, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, it was 1976, the 200th bicentennial year. I remember it well because my mom and dad had put up some new bicentennial wallpaper that had Minutemen and stars and stripes and the Liberty Bell. They put that up around the dining room. A new house at that time was $43,000. Average income was $16,000. Gas was 59 cents a gallon. Boy, wouldn't it be nice if it was like that again. New Plymouth Arrow was $3,100. In 76 that year, this company was formed. I think it was April that year by a man named Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Steve Wozniak. That company, of course, was Apple Computer Company. In July of that year, Israeli commandos freed 103 hostages from a France plane that had been hijacked by the Palestinians. Jimmy Carter was elected president, defeating Gerald Ford later that year. And also in 76, Kellogg's produced a set. 57 cards. First time since 1970 they had put stars around the border, used the red, white, and blue stripes. I'm sure that had something to do with the bicentennial year. The first three cards in this set were somewhat of a short print. They were all three pretty much commons: Steve Hargan, Claudell Washington, and Don Gullett. And if you can find those cards, you know, they're not super rare, super rare, but they demand a little bit more premium than just a standard base card, a standard player of the day. But I came across this Dave Parker, kind of digging through some stuff, and kind of brought me back to 76 and our bicentennial, the 1776 here in the United States, and brought me back to when I was 10 years old. Brought back some memories there. But I went to the flea market and picked up some cards, and this is kind of leading off our flea market finds. First off, I came across a 81 Dave Parker, and that's what made me start looking for my 76 Parker. I got this, and I was like, wait a minute, I've got a slab card of him. So dug it out and started this episode off with that. But this is the 81 Kellogg's, Dave Parker on it. This is, I guess, post We Are Family era. Not far, it was around 78, 79, somewhere around in there, I think. Then I came across this, it's kind of hard to see, but it's a 86 Sportflix, the TriStars Best in Baseball, National League right fielders, which includes Dave Parker, once again, Tony Gwynn, and Kevin Bass. See Kevin Bass there, see Dave Parker there, and if I tilt it down just enough, you can see Mr. Gwynn. Back in the day, as a matter of fact, in 86, this was the fourth licensed product to make it onto the shelves. Of course, behind Topps, Don Ross, and Fleer, and then Sportflix. And this was the premium of the four sets at the time, because this commanded $40 for a 200 card set. Where if you look at it, the 792 cards Topps 86 set at the time only brought $16 or $17. So this was definitely a premium. And I'm sure it had something to do with the state-of-the-art lenticular printing that's on here. These cards are a little bit thicker. I'm sure a little bit more expensive to produce, so therefore is almost triple what a 86 top set would be. Next up, we have a 1980 Kellogg's 3D Superstar here of left fielder DH hitter Don Baylor. Mr. Don Edward Baylor played for the Los Angeles Angels. Card's in good shape. Be a 1980. No cracks or bends or nothing, so it's in really, really good shape. Pick that up. All these I picked up for $1. Happy to get that. Next one's probably one of my favorite sets, the 82 Pete Rose All-Star. I don't know why I like this set, but I do. Pete Rose career highlights: established major league records for most seasons, 200 or more hits. I'm sure this is all 1981, I guess. Most seasons, 150 or more games, 15 times. Most consecutive seasons, 600 more at bats, 13. Most seasons, 600 or more at bats, 16. Highest fielding average by an outfielder lifetime, 1,000 or more games, .992. And most plate appearances in a season, 771, and that was in 1974. That's when he said that. I love Pete Rose, probably my second favorite player next to Bench, I guess. Not a big fan of him in this Phillies uniform, but hey, he's still Charlie Hustle, right? Next up, you know it's coming. You know it's coming. Got an 82 Don Ross, the GOAT catcher of all time here, Mr. Johnny Bench. This is the 82 Don Ross. That year Don Ross produced 660 cards in the set. And what's notable about this set was the first year, well, it's Don Ross's second year, but the first year they used the Diamond King inserts. Of course, you know the artwork there is brought on by Mr. Dick Perez. And this is the 82 bench. Notable rookies that year were, of course, Cal Ripken Jr., Lee Smith, and Harold Baines. There's all three All-Stars, or Hall of Famers, I'm sorry, and All-Stars. But it's the 82 Don Ross bench. $1. And then last but not least, have a 2000 Klosterman Big Red Machine of Johnny Bench. This was produced by the Klosterman Bakery, or Klosterman Baking Company, the side of Cincinnati there. And these were distributed in their products in and around the Cincinnati area. This is commemorating, of course, the 25th anniversary of the Big Red Machine. World Series champions of 75 and 76. That was some pretty awesome years for Cincinnati fans. Of course, then again in 1990, and then it's kind of been, we've been in about, well, almost a 30-year slump now, so. But it's fixing to change. Things are looking up this year, this coming year. Add a little more pop into the lineup, and I think we're going to be in good shape. Of course, I say that every year, and I'm crying by about the 5th or 6th game, but oh well. Anyway, that's all I got, folks. Until next time, do good. Help others in the hobby. Remember to thank a veteran, especially this time of year. They're overseas and away from their families. God bless you. God bless America. And until next time, peace.